Hello and welcome to Freelancing Fridays. Today I'm going to share a quote from Andy Strote in his book, How to Start a Successful Creative Agency. I actually interviewed Andy. If the podcast is released, then I'll put a link below. As of right now, I haven't released it yet. It was a great interview. It was really fun for me to get to talk to someone who has essentially retired from a very successful career as a freelancer, just as I am beginning my journey on the freelancer path. But it was great talking to Andy. He's a really smart and creative, kind man. He built a very successful agency and had a lot of wisdom to share. So in this quote, he says, "What does it mean to be a professional? As a professional, you're working to someone else's specifications, timelines, and budgets." And I thought that was a very simple designation, but very important and a big difference in my journey, going from focusing on myself and trying to do like side hustles and solopreneur type stuff, switching over to doing a service business as a freelancer, something that I tried to avoid my entire career for some reason. I guess I was just so afraid of the potential of having somebody judge my work or something that I was afraid to relinquish any sort of control over my autonomy. And while my autonomy is still very important to me, I realized finally that freelancing actually allows me a great degree of autonomy, though not complete autonomy. And the rewards built in are great. I still get a lot of autonomy. I still get to do creative and challenging things in business and marketing. And as a benefit, I get to meet cool people and help them grow their business, which is really fun. So this difference between being a professional and not was a hard lesson for me to learn. I feel like I was not a professional for most of my career, except for a few times when I was called to be a professional, and I do believe that I rose to the challenge during those times, but most of the time I have not been. And this part was one of the reasons that it was such a challenge for me, is because as a professional, you're working on someone else's specifications, timelines, and budgets. And there was a stubbornness for me to never relinquish that control. And it's led to a lot of, I would say, slow growth in my progress because of it. Accepting that when you are a professional, you are living up to other people's standards, not in any sort of detrimental way. It's just that's the way the world works. We judge each other based on what we know. We don't know everybody fully as a human being, so we have to go on what we can see. And when it comes to professional relationships, we have to go on what they've presented to us. In the world of being a freelancer, you have to accept that your clients have their own priorities, their own goals, and your goal actually is to do your best to help them achieve their goals. That's really the primary focus that I've learned from the experts that I've talked to so far in the books I've read and my own experience. The more you make it about them, about the client, then the happier your days will be. Of course, while setting boundaries and having self-respect and all that stuff, which is also difficult for me. I'll share more of that over time. But remembering that setting the standard to value your clients' opinions, their goals, their standards is always a good thing as a freelancer. So I like this quote. It started off the book setting a good tone for really setting a standard for being a professional. And I think Andy has really great ideas for how to think and some tactical strategies as well for how to run a successful freelancing business, whether you're doing it as a solopreneur or you're going to build an agency. Either way, it's a great book. Check out How to Start a Successful Creative Agency by Andy Strote. And if it's out, then check out my interview with Andy somewhere around this video down below. Thanks for watching.